And then here I would probably just bump it into the frame rail like so. And then I would attach the chain. What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new episode from BackYardBoyz. If you guys are new to this channel, please lightly tap the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your post notifications. In this episode, we're actually gonna come back and work on the E46 M3. A couple of parts started coming in, but unfortunately the actual front end, all the support area and everything has not came in. This is actually the damaged one. I just slapped it on here and just to leave it up there for now. But we're gonna start working on the quarter panel back here. I showed you guys in the previous episode that there's some quarter panel damage right here. There's two nice heavy dents right here. And I just got a brand new tool. This thing is super sick. It's basically a spot dent puller. And I will show you guys how it works and how efficient it is and how much better quality actually repair jobs you can get with that. After that, we're gonna probably go ahead and start working on this fender. This fender is pretty mangled up. This area of the fender is twisted in there. You can kind of tell this body line just fell in there. This right here, I pulled out just a hair, but it still needs more work. There's dents here. Yeah, so that fender's iffy. And then we're gonna go ahead and start working on this piece and hopefully try to get this apron pulled back into its position to line up this fender gap and everything, and then make sure and test it with the reinforcement and radiator support. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop on the quarter panel, get the thing sanded down, ready, prepped for pulling, and let's go. So, this puppy comes out first, and like so. Because it's broken right over here. And then this all, we're gonna start hitting it with the DA and then get some good connectivity because I need a negative right here basically to stick onto the car, and then that actually gets welded on and you pull it out. It's pretty sick. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Hang on. Before I keep going, make sure there's no more damage everywhere. Alright guys, so we got the main damage, well these two areas, down to the metal, so I'm going to connect this. There was some scratching here, I had to block it out with a DA. Anyways, it got out, but I'm going to connect this over here, make sure it has good connectivity. And then we have our rod, I don't know how you call this, but anyways, a little slide hammer goes on it, like so, and it goes like this. Moment of truth, see if this works. So, pretty sick, huh? Oh, there, look at that. And then here. Come on, buddy, come off. Oh, it's not tight here. I need to tighten this for it to come off. Perfect. Alright guys, basically what you do is you get the structural part of it, how I did right here, basically perfectly filed down, and then you just DA these little nibs down. They're basically not even nibs, they're just flat. Dude, this tool is literally awesome. And then after that, you would mud it and then glaze, and that's about it. Super easy, super convenient. Best tool I've ever bought in my life. I'm gonna have to work with this spot right here because there was a little bit of funny spot over here, and hopefully it does DA out. But we're gonna get to that once we're gonna start mudding. But right now we're actually gonna go ahead and start working on this front fender, and hopefully we can get this apron pushed back. Like I said in my last video, get a crowbar in there, pull it with a little bit of tension, tap this high spot, and hopefully it goes in there. And the reason for that is because this apron is actually hollow. So oftentimes, like basically the mounting points are up top, it just shifts like this, and you don't really need a frame machine because it's pretty soft up over here. And the structural part, like stronger part, starts over here where it has all the suspension components and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully we can just push this tip back and tap that one in. Should be good. Let's give it a shot. Look at the tilt on this. Come here. Look at the tilt on this. See that? Hopefully we can just tap it here. Hopefully it comes out because everything seems to be the same. Just this bracket just bent. That is not a big deal whatsoever. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can get this apron out. Oh, look at it. Show them that it's hollow. Look at that. See? See how it's just hollow up in there? Boom, boom, boom. And that right there is actually kind of supposed to be there. This one, no, that one is a little more aggressive than this one here. Right there. See, you can see that. No, it's right here. Right there. So yeah. It's not as bad as it looks. Not as bad as it looks, guys. Let's go ahead and get that crowbar in there. Alright guys, so we tried the crowbar idea and it started bulging out this area right over here. Although it did push everything back just a little bit. But I do need to apply pressure and at the same time tap on this and start working with the little piece of metal down here. So I actually have a different piece that I use, which I was influenced to make from the shop that I worked at before, and it is very, very, very convenient and efficient. So basically, you get this chain, you hook it up to any of these 3 slots. Depends what angle you need to pull it at. And then here I would probably just bump it into the frame rail like so. And then I would attach the chain to this bolt and then to this one or this one. And then while pulling down, it would actually pull this out. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you how it works. So yeah, let's set all this up and get this thing pulled out while applying pressure. Tap this section in, measure the fender, line up the gaps. Let's go. Watch that piece. See how that piece is moving? See that? Mm-hmm. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Just applying pressure down. And then I'll get it at the right angle, or I'll pull it. I'll have someone pull it here while I tap this out and play with this over here to actually like strengthen up the integrity of this whole sheet right here, basically the metal. But yeah, look at that. Boom, everything's moving. All right, let's go. Alright guys, well, we have just kind of rough drafted this out, hit the little bend in. See, as you guys can tell right here, look at that. It pushed this almost into its position. This gap or this seam seal crack was much larger. I got this decently leveled out. It looks alright, but we got a rough draft and test that fender on right now and see the gap to the hood, and then we can keep working with it because there's no reason to finalize things like this if we don't have the main structural pieces correct. So yeah, let's get that fender on. Well, would you look at that? I'm impressed. This side right over here, this gap is a hair small, It's gotta be pushed that way, and that actually will level out these two gaps. But I think our apron work is done for now until we have the radiator support, because after that we can actually line up the radiator support with the frame rails and then the headlights and the rest of those things like that. So guys, look at that. That's the majesty of this tool right over here. And right now we're actually going to continue working on the fender itself. The fender has a lot of damage here, and then all of this, and then the hood. We're actually going to work on that when we got the bumper and everything lined up to it to make sure it's perfect. But yeah, guys, pretty darn impressive. Alrighty guys, we've been playing with this gap and it's looking pretty solid. I'm really happy with it. This corner still needs to be pushed out just like a 1/4 inch right over here, maybe less. But anyways, this gets pushed in. So as you guys can tell, it's fairly even all the way through. I'm liking everything, but I have realized, and I have just noticed, that this gap on the driver's side fender, so here it's straight, but right here, it's touching. Or it's not touching, it's over, it's a little sitting higher. So I actually have to get this perfect, and then from this I can work on this gap, and then I can carry on that side. So we're gonna actually work on this side, make sure this gap is perfect, and then we can carry on and continue working on that side. Because if I don't set this one up, set all of that perfect up, chances are this is not gonna be straight. And since there's no damage here whatsoever, no frame damage, nothing, then we can use this as a base to start off our gaps and work away that way. Let's go. All right guys, well, quick accountability check for you guys. The progress we have gotten so far, quarter panel is ready for mud, and the apron seems to be in its position, and we can actually justify that by checking out the gap here. It's looking all sorts of good, clean, perfect. And the gap on this side, it is even all the way through. And yeah, this one gap is good too, except for I have not tightened this nut down here or this bolt. But anyways, we have to do our final measurements when the reinforcement and the rebar come on, and we don't have that right now with us, and hopefully it's gonna come tomorrow. That's actually the plan, to get that up, measured to the car, and get all the frame dialed in for this episode. But anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow, and fingers crossed that radiator support comes tomorrow. All right guys, well, it is the next couple of days here actually, and we did receive a pallet for the front end parts, but it turns out there was some shipping confusion. I don't know exactly what happened, and we got the wrong parts. Anyways, we sent those back, and we're gonna get the new pallet here very soon. we're actually gonna wrap up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the new tools that we've acquired, the new kind of home style rod pulling I showed you, which actually works very, very, very well for things like, for example, the radiator support is pushed in, you gotta pull the radiators out, use that bar, pull it out, you know, apron, minor things like this, it works just phenomenal. With that being said, you guys have a beautiful day because I'm clocking out, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video. Peace out.